Hello, I'm Emma Mayhood, and I am creating this video to talk about what I believe in as a writer, influences that writing and writers have had on me, as well as how I view the importance of writing in this world. I think that if I had to sum up how I think about my writing process in just one word, I would use the word openness, because if there's nothing else I've learned in the last few years, it's that if you're not open to new ways of writing, to new writers, to new poetry, then you won't grow as a writer and you won't change as a writer. And I think change is the key word there. Writing should not be stagnant. Writing should not plateau. I think that writing needs to be constantly evolving. And when I look 10 years down the road, I hope that I am vastly different as a writer than I am right now. I think one way of speeding up or changing yourself as a writer, growing as a writer, is to work with works that challenge you. And I think one of those things is when a body of work makes you angry, or it makes you upset that it's out there in the world. Like, how did this get published? Why does this make sense? Why is this influential poetry? Because I think that that produces the best work in reaction to it. And you have to challenge yourself to understand why these two words were put together, or what rhythm is this guy trying to create. And I think that as you work with these works, you're feeling something so strong that change is inevitable. I think that one of my classes that has changed me prolifically as a writer is my sound poetry class, which was a genre I had never heard of before, and signed up for the class because it sounded interesting. And I remember walking into that class for half a semester. Every day I was terrified. I didn't think I understood the material. I thought that I couldn't do it. It was new, which is always terrifying. And it produced probably the best work that I have created here at this university. And I look at that as a marker for when I changed as a writer, for when I grew. And I think that that had a lot to do with fear, facing fears in how you write or what you write about, maybe something that you are afraid of, and you sit down and you work it out and you write about it. And I think working through those fears produces some of the most enlightening work that a person can produce. I think that one of the fears I've always had as a writer is that writing can be a very isolating practice. And especially in my participation in the YouNiversity Project, I have learned that it doesn't have to be. Now, the process of writing is generally a solo process unless you're doing a collaborative work, but you create a community and you create a network of people that believe in you and you believe in them. And I think that belief drives people to produce more work, to be better. And I think that's what we should all strive for. And I know that that's what I strive for as a writer, is to produce work that I'm happy with, that is constantly changing. And I hope that in a year, 2 years, 10 years, I look back on this and I have new opinions and I have new influences and I have new things to say.